Today, Hillary Clinton's testimony regarding Jeffrey Epstein's investigation became publicly recorded. Whatever your politics, this is about accountability and transparency. But here's something that people tend to forget. In 1994, Senator Joe Biden helped pass the Violence Against Women Act. It was the very first federal law addressing domestic violence and sexual assault. Prior to Violence Against Women Act, women that were married could call the police, but the police wouldn't do anything about domestic violence. They didn't know what to do, and women couldn't file for restraining orders, and women could also not be raped by their husbands. 1 year later, when Hillary Clinton was the First Lady in 1995, she gave a super famous speech in Beijing. There was a conference held in Beijing by the United Nations, and there were 200 countries participating. The topic of this conference was discussing women's equality, education, health, and political participation. Remember, Hillary Clinton was not an elected official at this time, so it was kind of unusual and bold for her to take the global stage. She openly criticized domestic violence, forced prostitution, female infanticide, and denial of education to girls. And doing that while speaking in China, where human rights was a sensitive issue, was risky when it came to politics. Before this conference and before this major speech, women's rights were treated as social issues and cultural issues. And Hillary Clinton framed them as not secondary, not optional, they're foundational human rights. And that was a major shift when it came to women's rights. During this speech, Hillary Clinton said women's rights are human rights. Her famous speech in Beijing became a defining moment where the world now knew that violence against women was now a human rights issue. It wasn't a domestic issue, and it was not a cultural footnote. It's interesting that a woman who was championing for women's rights and human rights is now part of a global trafficking scandal investigation. I want to remind you that being deposed is not the same as being charged and not the same as being implicated. A deposition is a testimony under oath to answer questions. And as of right now, February 26, 2026, Hillary Clinton has not been charged with anything when it comes to the Epstein files.